What's up, y'all? I have to play my song this morning. I haven't been on here. I haven't been playing my music. It's been a lot going on, y'all. It's been real crazy. But nonetheless, I'm back. Full in effect. I got a good topic, y'all. So crazy. If you've ever watched um Alice in Wonderland, that movie was so damn confusing, y'all. It was very confusing. It was a lot going on about nothing. So, and I always felt like the movie was doing too much. The movie was good, but it was so much stuff in there that just, I couldn't grasp the concept. As a kid, I could not grasp the full concept of what the movie was about. And I liked the movie, but I could not understand fully what I was looking at because it was, you don't know who's her real enemy. I mean, the queen, yeah, but the whole story, she goes to sleep, she meets a rabbit, follows the rabbit, goes through a door, tries to go through a door. She cannot go through the door. She starts crying. She meets a mouse that takes her to a convention where the other animals are at. But before she get there, well, she gets to the convention with them. Like the old story, I watched the old story because the new story, I like to watch the original stories of stories. Like if there's a movie, like I watch, if there is a good movie out here and there is a original story that's in black and white, you best to believe I'm going to go watch the black and white version. Just because I feel like I like to see the original stories and stuff because people like to change context and stuff. And just go back and watch the original movies if you run across anything you want to, and they got an original movie. I advise you go watch the original because there are going to be stuff in the original that's not in the remake. They always change stuff. So I decided to just go ahead and watch the original Alice in Wonderland, the one that was made like in what year was it made? I think it was made in like 19. Okay, let me see. And I never really understood the theory behind the story. Like, okay, a girl is lost. I thought it was a little predatorial. A little girl it was, oh my God, the first Alice in Wonderland was made. It was written by Lewis Carroll in 1865. Y'all, this book was written in 1865 and it's supposed to be a children's novel, which is ironic because the story, it is not a children's topic. It's literally not. And it's going to be hard for a kid to understand what's actually happening in this story. It's funny to me how they present the big topics to the kids. The topics that we should be discussing as adults, they bring it to the kids. All the Disney movies do it all the time. They like having grown conversations with kids. It's so funny to me. I gotta go. Yeah, I literally gotta go. But I just wanted to talk about this, and I'm going to talk about it again. Yeah, I know I gotta keep going on, but Alice was literally caught up in a world that was changing all the time on her, that did not make sense, and she had to go with it. Or and at the end, this is why I like Alice, because Alice wasn't for this shit. At the end, she said, you are just cards. You I about to have to listen to you. That's how I feel about society and its laws and bullshit. And it's so funny because Alice represents women in society and how society imposed roles on us, even as little girls. We don't get an opportunity as a girl, as a young lady. You don't really choose your path. Your path is kind of like chosen for you, and you got like certain options. And the movie shows you that you can go to the right to the Mad Hatter, or you can go to the left to the what was it? The angry, the mad. the Mad, what was it? The March hair, the March hair, and the March hair was crazy, just like the Mad Hatter. And it's just kind of like you can either become a wife and a mother, or you can become you don't have kids. You know, either or would seem mad, because in this world that we live in, it's so dis- it's so upside down. The even to even accustom yourself to it would make you mad too. So either or, it doesn't matter. Oh my god, like I never understood Alice in Wonderland. Y'all go watch that. I am literally Alice in Wonderland because I question everything. I always have. You can't just tell me anything. I want to see. Give me proof. Truth don't hold no weight. Truth don't need no weight. So I just found that really ironic that the movie went over everybody's head, and it was meant to do that. It was a political movie. It was a show. It was a story about a girl growing up in a patriotic society, and she has to literally become accustomed to traditions that don't even make sense, but they are there because they've always been there and nobody's questioning it. Wow. So, as a reflection, I'm gonna get a tattoo of Alice because I all too can relate. Why do I gotta do that? What? It don't make sense. Half this shit they got going on, it don't make sense. Why are we sending our kids to school and they don't even give them a real education? Why the doctors don't heal us for real? Like, it's so many things that you should be questioning. I gotta go though, y'all. Y'all be easy. Maybe I'm the only person that think like this. Maybe I can only see the bars. Y'all, I'm trying to get people to see the bars. There are so many bars around us, and as women, we have been oppressed since day one. Like, women been we was the first oppressed. Now, mind you, they have been slaves all around, right? But you know who been a slave forever and always will be a slave to society? Women. Yeah, we bring people in this world. We are the portal of life. But everywhere you go, we are in prison. All women are in prison in a certain sense, because we have these roles we have to either lock in, and if we don't, we're considered weird, crazy. I feel like as a woman, we don't have no true freedom. When we do show our true freedom, we're called the undesirable. It's kind of sick. Y'all